need some hard AD, and we need a jungler that can be a carry, and Nocturne fits that role beautifully, especially with the buffs on 10-13.
I think you're completely right, and I like that they've also rounded it out with an Urgot, a champion that can be very good at shredding through a lot of parts of the tankier lineup from SK, even more so. Now that they've locked the Sion in, the scaling health damage on Echoing Flames, the Shotgun Knees passive is really valuable. So I feel like Fnatic rounded their draft out very intelligently, but on the other side for SK Gaming, I don't really know what's going on. You show me Crownshot to Ezreal, you show me, you know, Trick Sett. I'm so hyped. Everything lethal tempo as well, and Trick is running, let's be honest, just pure movement speed runes. Means that we...
He's race car.
See if he zooms in here mid lane.
Okay, that is not a race car. That might be the slowest moving car chase that I've ever seen.
Topside, but you're right, a lot of burned time there. I think was expecting Rekkles or Hylissang to, you know, get a little bit aggressive, get a little bit greedy. Hey, they saw Limit leave the lane. Maybe this is our chance to all in, but it's not going to happen. Rekkles and Hylissang maybe didn't have perfect information, but weren't going to take any risks. As now Selfmade's making his way to the top lane. Jenax caught out. Extra movement speed going to be there. The fear will eventually proc. You have to wait for that to fade away before he can go for the knock-up, but does just flash out to safety.
Easy flash right there. Interesting level discrepancy between Bwipo and
A lot
Jenax.
of that's coming from the individual CS discrepancies. Big lead for Bwipo on the top side of the map, as well as that jungle difference.
Yeah, Bwipo had that massive wave pushed into him. We are starting to tick over into those important levels. I'll hold it though. Caught.
Caught out, going to try to get his way out of this one. Shifting away, using the ultimate, is going to be invisible for now, but goes right back in. Selfmade. Step forward. Bwipo going to get in and get the flip there. Trick's now going to be in trouble. He needs to make his way out of that one. That's going to be first blood for Bwipo. They're going to keep the fight going. Crownshot now caught out as well, and this is disaster. Gold card prepped. It's going to hit onto the Ziggs. Definitely not what you want to see. You're the side of SK, but ZaZee will make it out to safety without getting executed here, and SK losing 2.
And I can't wait to see the replay to see how Selfmade survived for so long. He must have done something special with the spell shield right there, or hit a pivotal ability, but we'll get a closer look at that one. Obviously, winning the team fight, Fnatic now get access to this Infernal means so much more as... Oh, no.
Waiting and baiting around the corner. That's a clean vision game, and Bwipo's just walking forward. Bwipo's just going to try to kill every single member of the team. Jenax already going down. Bwipo, though, caught in no man's land, going to try to flash out to safety, but goes right into the walking corpse Jenax, and will get taken down by Ziggs in the end.
Okay, credit to SK. They hung around. They decided to push the luck. I do think they need to pull off this Infernal, though, but it at least means that Fnatic don't get the free legends, as I like to call it. That fast and loose style where you find picks, you find someone slightly out of position, you can jump onto them rather than like a standard front-to-back 5v5. Whereas SK's comp thrives in these... Yeah, but they so far really haven't been playing everywhere on the map. I think SK are fine, probably recognizing that Selfmade, obviously now as well, will have topside, and ZaZee and Crownshot get blown up by Selfmade, or do they survive and kind of win the extended 5v5?
And potentially a preview of team fights to come, as Rekkles and Hylissang are setting up here in the mid lane. Are going to see Hylissang now go forward. Nocturne all coming out as well. That's just too much CC. There's nothing he can do. He throws down the ultimate, but Hylissang will not get traded back here. A perfect use of the stopwatch. Make sure he stays safe.
Yeah, and really well executed from Fnatic there, but again, I just want to point it out, it's not Nemesis coming to a side lane, it's Fnatic coming to Nemesis. And I'm not saying they do it every single time, but it is something quite funny that they use Twisted Fate more so for his point-and-click CC, especially in the mid lane, rather than his Destiny.
Look, Froskurinn is reliable. You can't miss it. It's 100% guaranteed.
I'm not saying it's bad, it's just funny.
Nocturne points and clicks. Nautilus points and clicks. Rekkles is the only man who has to hit a skill shot in these engages. We'll see if he can do it this time, as Jenax is now going to be the one in trouble. Heal coming out, but Bwipo walking forward. That's going to be all. That's going to be a knockback. But Jenax out of mana, so he has no chance to respond here. Pulled back by Bwipo, but that means Sion's going to be in melee range. Jenax still going to get knocked back here. Bwipo playing very aggressively. They're going to tank a tower shot too. Oh boy, Bwipo. Little bit of disrespect there, but does manage to make it out.
I'm going to say a lot of bit of disrespect right there. He was blinking.
But now SK.
Okay. Drake. Go, set us up.
Here we go. Setting up in the mid lane, maybe looking to fish here for a bit of a play. Obviously have actual flash available on Trick, not even the Hex Flash, but they're not really going for anything here, and it's given Fnatic ample time to set up. Now that they get this fight kicked off, all right, they're going to buy a bit more time, but it's actually Ezreal on the bottom side who has been caught out, but Bwipo misses! Bwipo misses the CC target still, though. Crownshot will find the kill, and Fnatic are moving across this map and cutting these lanes down.
Yeah, but they do need to be a bit careful. Jenax, oh no, never mind. Jenax didn't have ultimate. I saw Jenax lining it up. I was like, I think they're going to look for the return flank on the Sion ult, but just about to tick over right there. So Fnatic find a really great window to make those picks, maybe forcing their hand a bit much on this Ocean, because now Sion does have that ultimate available.
And also they've burned most of their major cooldowns. Bwipo has no ultimate. Rekkles on the backside does have his. Flashes for Hylissang as well, but now the TP coming in for Crownshot. It will be a full 5v5. Rekkles is the one isolated off to the side, though. Trick trying to get things kicked off. He's going to dunk back down as Bwipo caught in the middle of the team. Maybe not the target that that they wanted. Bwipo locked up, the chain CC to follow. Bwipo now cleanses out, and he's not going to be able to walk out of that one, as it looks like it will be second Drake for SK. Good confidence play from SK Gaming.
Yeah, recognizing that they had the better positioning on the Dragon fight, they just immediately pull the trigger, and he doesn't have access to things like the Sheen just yet, so you're not seeing the same amount of Ezreal damage as you're probably used to seeing at this game.
Yeah, and I think definitely one of the costs here is that Crownshot came for second Herald because there's no tower plates Froskurinn, but because of the Ziggs and the potential for a Satchel to essentially take something from 30 to nothing. Hold that thought. There's a Nocturne now moving in, and Ziggs going to have to run for his life, but that's flash gone. Bwipo desperately trying to get a bit more damage, but yeah, perfect use of the Seraphs there does mean he's going to be able to walk away.
And we can already see kind of what ZaZee's going to do.
Legends experience dying to Nocturne. Definitely you'll want the flash. It will, of course, depend on Selfmade's itemization, though. It will get even easier for him to pick up more items as they grab that Rift Herald. And it is already the Duskblade in that last exchange. So see if there's more lethality to come, or if Selfmade will adjust his build path at all to hurt those enthusiasts.
We might get a chance to find out.
So this is Herald now used on the bottom side. This should lead to a broken tower, as Nemesis is going to escort this one in. Selfmade walking away, and Fnatic committing a lot of resources to the bottom side. 20 seconds to that Mountain Drake, and it feels like they are painfully aware that this one would be big for the SK lineup. Normally, I don't care about Mountain, but when you have a Braum, when you have Trick on the Sett, and a Sion as well, Mountain is going to be a big nightmare for Fnatic to deal with, because they want to one-shot people, and this makes it much harder.
Okay, hold on. Wait, the Observer's got it for me. Oh, he did it too early? He did it too early.
Difficult. See if he can clean it up this time around. Of course, no flash for ZaZee in this fight. Bwipo trying to find the flank. Selfmade off to the backside. And Divide and Conquer appears to be the name for Fnatic here. They're looking to find those flanks. And in the meantime, I like what they're doing here. They've got TF pushing in on the bottom. They know they can use that semi-global to get into the area. Rekkles fishing for a bit more damage, just a bit more poke. And Selfmade forced to ult here. An aggressive play comes in for Crownshot, and they're going to deny that ultimate completely on the side of SK. That's a big way to start the fight, but now they're stepping forward. Bwipo going to be right in the middle of the team. Hylissang, though, getting cut down before the fight even starts in theory, but no, just barely managing to make it out. That's a big ult coming in from Trick, combined with the Ziggs. Now Nemesis is going to be in trouble, wants to finish this one off desperately, and meanwhile on the backside, Nocturne has gone down as well. SK playing that fight beautifully. Fnatic far too overconfident in the 5v5, and Rekkles might be able to walk this one off, but in the meantime, SK will get the Dragon, and they're now only 4K behind.
Yeah, SK have the big, meaty tanks in front of them. They're able to play the team fight super slow.
Between their respective solo lanes, anytime they're forced to go out and catch those waves to make sure that they can respond if they see that Nocturne ult. They can start running as soon as there's any sign of danger. But meanwhile, the mid lane Crownshot, that's definitely not what you needed. Now, Limit's going to try to body block. That's a golden Crownshot, but now it might just be a dead Crownshot. Selfmade's going to go in for that one. Disastrous play from Crownshot. Unfortunately bad, as now the rest of the team fight should be a pretty easy clear for Fnatic, because once they get the momentum in their favor there, it's really nothing to stop them here. They're going to start to wipe SK off the face of the Rift. Trick going to try to use Bwipo as a highway to make it out to safety, and he will be free to do so. But now Fnatic can walk right over to that Baron, follow immediately with the Mountain Drake, and SK just threw everything away.
That is head and hands bad. That is going to feel awful for Crownshot right there. Again, SK's composition really thrives when you have those big tanks standing in front of you and you're able to keep Fnatic kind of at arm's length or survive the initial dive when they do go for your backline, but just throwing it away like that. Fnatic's comp also devastating with Baron because they can push all 3 lanes at once.
But we wanted the final fight. Mid lane certainly wasn't it, but this just might be. Are the extra stats from Baron enough to find a Fnatic a win here? Rekkles does still have ultimate. Bwipo as well. There's nothing for Selfmade, though. SK, they need to clean up their execution. That's going to be Unbreakable, already used by Limit, and now that's Mountain Soul. That's going to be massive. They're pushing forward, but SK still retreating, still pulling back, and Fnatic give up the soul here, and now it's all about how much they can get done with this Baron buff, because if they cannot find a greater advantage, the ball will be back in SK's court.
And the nice thing is that you already called it. Yeah, they have Mountain. That's going to help, especially when you're trying to survive these initial dives. But SK can now just have
the studio when we're left to take care of ourselves at home. But as mentioned, kind of just waiting to see where this Baron buff's going to go. And for now, it is tier 2 towers breaking. Sort of the standard that we expect when a team has this big of a gold lead and a Baron buff and a composition that Fnatic does. But until inhibitors start to fall down.
The Nocturne, because again, that's for me going to be the big difference, although maybe SK just get caught out again, out of position, as you can see Hylissang actually setting up wards for that.
Now going forward, uses the Hex Flash. Jenax also used ult, but really got nothing off of that. Because SK have committed 5 members here, Bwipo's now uncontested on the top side. And meanwhile, bot lane wave is crashing for Nemesis. He's going to get a lot of damage down, and that moment of miscoordination from SK will cost them dearly.
Yep, just getting that map ripped around. And unfortunately, because the big engage ultimates were used right there, SK just get to watch their base be pulled away.
It's so wild, Froskurinn, because it feels like the brilliant plays we've seen from SK to understand their composition, to hold their ground, have been so counteracted by 1 or 2 moments of indecision or mis-execution that have just put the ball, or I keep saying that, but have put Fnatic in complete control.
And there was a conversation at the top of the day that G2 and Fnatic are not at peak form right now. We have seen these teams be better with these rosters as they were at the end of spring. That doesn't discount teams like SK and Vitality also stepping up. I think that's why the LEC feels so competitive right now. It's 2 things that are happening, as Bwipo might be in trouble.
Bwipo is in trouble, and he's been shut down. And of course, while we're talking about the greater importance of this match, Fnatic almost lose Nemesis, will lose Bwipo, but do manage to take at least the 1 inhibitor on the bottom side.
Still going to be playing around that Elder, so you talked about... Okay, all eyes. We're on these teleport cooldowns. Fnatic have 3 of them. Bwipo's about to have his. Rekkles and Nemesis have the other. Oh! They're just passing it off. I don't know why I thought that was going to be a steal.
Which is so crazy, because you're like trained in most Adobe products. It doesn't add up, Froskurinn, that's all I'll say. But the team fight might not happen in favor of SK if they cannot walk their way out of this one. But Trick has now been locked down and will get taken out before he gets a chance to use any of his cooldowns. But the Sion knockup is there. They want to turn this one around. Crownshot and ZaZee remained untouched. Crownshot leaping forward again, though, but it's Bwipo on the backside. He's going to get the reset. He's going to get the fear. That's going to move on to Jenax. They have to respect Jenax's passive, though. So Fnatic will start to back away here. Crownshot very low. ZaZee low as well. But Fnatic, if they just keep bullying forward into the base, they should be able to grab all 3 inhibitors.
And this twist in the story was the fact that Fnatic no longer needed to dive the backline to kill someone. They could actually just kill the front line this time around. The gold lead is speaking for itself. They are slapping SK with their wallets. They are overwhelming the base. It does not need to go to Elder. I think Fnatic got this one.
They absolutely do. We'll see what Jenax can do. Of course, the damage dealers are still alive, so Fnatic are still giving that respect to the side of SK, but whereas we could have given SK some hope in the team fights before, it feels like it does just get harder and harder from this point. I will say I like the pivot we see from Nemesis. Many Fnatic fans have asked for it, and in the AP build coming in, didn't really acknowledge it earlier as something odd, but obviously a little bit different for Nemesis this time around.
He's going for the base.
Now moving in, though, on the backside. Trick has to run for his life against Selfmade. The Nocturne too strong in the 1v1. The Gargoyle Stone Plate. Not enough to stop him from flashing to safety, but with the ulti gone, Crownshot now feels incredibly confident to take this 1v1.
Nemesis is in the base.
Oh, no. Okay, eyes on SK. What are they going to do here? What's their play? They have to play this one incredibly calmly, but now it looks like they are just going to get picked off by Fnatic. They step too far forward. Bwipo's just going to eat Limit for breakfast. And that's going to be it. 1 misstep. Fnatic should be able to walk in. Ziggs wave clear is big. Ezreal can do a lot of damage, but sadly for SK, it's pretty easy for Fnatic to just move off and take both the major objectives. Although, as I say that, here comes the Sion, drifting his way around the corner. Nemesis trying to make his way up to safety and will get cut down here. Shut down for Jenax.
So they finally do catch Nemesis, but he is going to trade his life for the Baron as Fnatic are on it and have it down to half health. Now Trick is sprinting towards this Elder, so SK are still trying to trade, while on top of all of that, looking at the Elder Drake, they're in your Nexus.
Oh no.
What is this?
And for SK, they're desperate to get something done here, but it's just not going to work out for them. Trick's going to be in trouble. Selfmade leaves forward, he gets pulled back, knocked away, but still, Bwipo going to cut that one down. They're going to grab an Elder Dragon for themselves. And that hurts. SK desperate to get that one. Felt like they had the win in their hands if they could just secure that objective. But Fnatic just using those TPs to good effect. And in the meantime, Hylissang, we asked for the Trundle performance. And we're getting the Trundle performance. This man is determined to just end the game no matter who is nearby. Satchel does open him up to potential response, but Fnatic are just taking their sweet time. Of course, only takes the low health percentage from the Elder Dragon to find the immediate executes. Does eliminate some of the value of Bwipo's ultimate, but should not be a problem as Nemesis pushes in on the top side. They're trying to crash all 3 waves at once, but that's the flash forward coming in from Jenax. Now the knockup, but only onto Hylissang. The pullback from Sett. Everything being burned onto Hylissang. Potentially a bit questionable here because now it's free access for Nocturne to the backside. Nemesis walking forward. He's just going to hit the tower. Rekkles throwing down so much damage, and while Trick is still alive, is still fighting, it's simply not enough. Nemesis going forward to find the gold card, trying to finish off this kill as well. Bwipo going forward, that's going to be it. And woo! You love to see it. A clean finish coming in for Fnatic as SK, what a heartbreaker. Started so solid, but could not close it out.
And for me, there were 2 kind of key moments that game. There was the indecision of Fnatic of if they were going to stick to that Drake or not. And then obviously inching into that team fight that then kind of swung or got SK back into the game. And then there was Crownshot getting caught in the mid lane.